How many burgers do you actually know? Let's find out. The classic American. Tracing its roots back to the late 1800s, several U.S. cities claim its invention. The most popular legend points to Louis Lasson of New Haven, Connecticut, who supposedly served the first hamburger sandwich in 1900. The setup is iconic: a beef patty, lettuce, tomato, onion, pickles, ketchup, and mustard on a sesame seed bun. White Castle standardized it in 1921, creating the first burger chain. No fancy tricks, just quality ingredients done right. It's all about perfect balance. The smash burger. While old-school diners have done this for decades, it skyrocketed in the 2000s. A ball of ground beef is smashed hard onto a blazing hot griddle. This intense pressure creates a deeply caramelized, crispy crust while locking in the juices. The patties are thin, so you usually stack two of them with melted cheese in between. Crispy, lacy edges with a juicy center. It's messy, fast, and incredibly satisfying. The steamed burger. A quirky Connecticut specialty from the Meriden area. Forget the grill or fryer. Here, the patties and buns are cooked simultaneously in custom brass steam cabinets. Result? An incredibly moist, tender burger without any char or crust. Ted's restaurant has been doing it this way since 1959. The cheese melts into a gooey, fondue-like blanket. It's polarizing, but locals are absolutely obsessed with this melt-in-your-mouth experience. The Jucy Lucy. Two legendary Minneapolis bars claim to have invented this masterpiece in the 1950s. The secret? The cheese goes inside the meat. You take two thin beef patties, seal a thick slab of American cheese in the middle, and cook it until the core is molten lava. When you take a bite, the cheese literally explodes out. Pro tip: wait a few minutes before eating or you'll burn your tongue. Matt's Bar spells it without the I, a historic typo that just stuck. Slider. White Castle popularized these in 1921, though the term slider came later, supposedly because they're so small and greasy, they slide right down. The patties are thin, usually cooked on a bed of onions and served on tiny square buns. The original idea was to make burgers cheap and fast. 5 cents each during the Great Depression. Now sliders are everywhere, from fancy restaurants serving gourmet mini burgers, patty melt. This showed up in American diners sometime in the 1940s, though its exact origin is unclear. Instead of a traditional bun, you use rye bread grilled with butter like a grilled cheese sandwich. The patty goes between two slices with caramelized onions and Swiss or American cheese. Then the whole thing gets pressed on a griddle until the bread is golden and crispy. It's often described as a hybrid of a cheeseburger and a grilled cheese. Some places add Thousand Island dressing or special sauce to make it even richer. The green chili burger. A true New Mexico invention that has evolved into the state's iconic dish. Once New Mexico began growing Hatch green chilies back in the early 20th century, it was inevitable that they would end up crowning a burger. These chilies are fire roasted, carefully peeled, and then either diced up or placed whole right over a beef patty loaded with melted cheese. The spice intensity completely relies on the specific pepper used. The butter burger. Wisconsin's rich and decadent gift to the burger world. A true butter burger features an extra pat of butter placed directly on the meat, or a bun, heavily buttered and toasted. Culver's made this indulgent style famous nationwide back in 1984. That rich butter melts right into the savory beef and completely soaks the soft bun, creating an almost sinful, melt-in-your-mouth experience. The Pastrami Burger. Born in mid-20th century Los Angeles, blending Jewish delis with classic diner culture. A beef patty is piled high with steaming hot pastrami, melted cheese, and mustard. It's an intensely salty and smoky flavor bomb. The Loco Moco. Hawaii's ultimate comfort food, invented in 1949 for hungry teenagers. It entirely skips the bun, stacking a beef patty on white rice, drenched in brown gravy, and capped with a fried egg. Named after a kid nicknamed Crazy, it is a heavy, savory, and extremely filling dish. Just break that runny yolk, mix it all together, and you've got the perfect island comfort food. The Frita Cubana. Brought to Miami by Cuban immigrants in the 1960s. The patty is a fiery, spicy blend of ground beef heavily mixed with chorizo. It is traditionally topped with a massive handful of crispy shoestring potato sticks, adding an irresistible crunch to every single bite. It's messy, intensely flavorful, and an absolute Miami legend you have to try.
The Slugburger. a brilliant Depression-era invention from Mississippi. To stretch expensive meat, clever cooks blended beef with cheap fillers like soybean or cornmeal. The quirky name comes from the fact that it originally cost a slug or a 5-cent piece. Instead of your standard grilling, the patty is completely submerged and deep fried, delivering a uniquely crunchy, golden exterior. It's usually served with mustard. The Aussie Burger. Down under, Australians took the classic American hamburger and went completely wild. They don't just stop at beef and cheese, they stack on crispy bacon, a runny fried egg, a slice of grilled pineapple, and the absolute essential ingredient, sweet pickled beets. The beets add an earthy sweetness, the pineapple brings the tang, and that runny egg makes it incredibly rich. It is an absolutely massive, beautiful mess. You'll definitely need both hands and a whole stack of napkins just to conquer this beast.